This message is brought to you by Cluster Fix Speedometer Repair. We do a variety of instrument cluster repairs on foreign and domestic vehicles, as well as some ABS modules and climate control repairs. Today we have a 98-99 Nissan Frontier. These vehicles have problems with the odometers being blank or reading all nines, inoperative speedometers. Other gauges may be inoperative. If you have an automatic transmission, you may have shift issues and a code PO500 for a speed sensor circuit. And today we're demonstrating the removal of this cluster. This one's already been out, so we repaired it, so it's some of the screws are missing to make the video time go quicker. But basically all you're going to need is a Phillips screwdriver. And first thing you can do with the key off, there's a fuse panel access down below. You can pop that off, give yourself some room, and this cover here is just held in by clips. This portion here, and basically you can just pop it back out to gain access to the two screws holding the bezel on for the cluster. There's a screw there and there's a screw there, and you just need to get some access. So if you pop it straight out on both sides, you may need a little tool to get in there, or you can get a little pry tool in there to pry it back, or just work on it a little bit and you'll get it out. But once you pull it out of the way, as you can see, this is pulled out of the way enough. You don't have to totally remove it, but there's a Phillips head screw right there, and there's a Phillips head screw right down there. So that's out of the way enough now. So Phillips head screw there, and then there's one up top and one right there. So two on top, two on bottom. I've got all the screws out already except for the one to speed up the time here. So you take these screws out, switch hands here so I can get my hand in there. And once you get all these four screws out holding this on, this thing's pretty flexible, and you're able to pull it forward like that and then pull this bottom portion up and slide it over the steering column shroud. A little harder to do with one hand, but you get the idea here. So, like I said, it's pretty flexible. Some plastic isn't real flexible without breaking, but this is pretty flexible. You just got to get it past the spot inside of there that makes it catch. So there it is, the two screws up there and the two down below. You set that aside, and from there you just have four more Phillips screws. There's two on top and one on each side down below holding the cluster in. Like I said, these are already out, and you can tilt it forward carefully. And if you have an automatic, you'll have four plug-ins to deal with. If you have a manual transmission, there's going to be three. And you just click, you just compress the tabs. As you can see right here, you compress this little tab on the bottom and wiggle the connector out. And you do the same thing with the other two that are still on there. And from there, also you may have a couple of spots where the harness is got a little retainer that's pushed into the back side of the cluster, and you can just pop that out carefully. Get a little pick tool or a little pair of pliers in there and pop that out. And there's one here and one on the other side over here. Sometimes you can even get a little pick tool and release a little, it's like a little plastic wire tie, and you can release that to get it to come out, and so you can reuse it. But if you're careful, you can still reuse it. So you just unplug those and the cluster comes out. And I already stated the repairs that these need. If you're needing repair for yours, you can give us a call at 509-366-9009, or you can visit us on the web at www.clusterfix.net. Thank you.